Guys, can you imagine what I found? Look at the Chevrolet Impala. Oh my god, look at that.
Not 67 years, not bad.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I touched this car. I touched a little piece of USA. Look at that.
Ник на руле. Там вообще внизу ничего не мешает.
That's what I call real design. Yeah, old cars was more beautiful than modern cars. Look at that. She's beautiful. She's absolutely brilliant. That's what I call real car. The beach line is going very, very far toward there. It's amazing. Amazing. We can use the elevator to go down, but I prefer stairway. We will go by
Абсолютно easy.
Easy. What is this? Wow.
Да.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it! Yes, Сибиба, you did it! Сибиба, ты спустилась пешком и спустила коляску. Только ты. Мы так. Стой. А вот тут наверх я бы точно не пошла. Только на лифт.
Sati likes to play with stones. Sati deba, Sati deba, Sati deba, Sati deba. Yeah, the sea, Mediterranean Sea. It's amazing how it's calm here. Incredible.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on the Skizov family, our lead in for tonight, and some scenery from Turkey. Once again, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Let me run into the chat here real quick and say hello to, let's see. Hi, Tanya, Ed TV. Hi, Casey. Wendy Spears, Hot Mess Summer. Uh, I want to say a special thank you to the mods that were so incredible last night. I have not rewatched the episode last night. I wasn't planning on talking about this until a little bit later on. But Summer, let's keep it cool tonight. No one go back and forth, and let's try not to time everyone out. Everyone enjoy the show. Thank you very much, Summer. Wise words, as always, from you. Well, not always, because sometimes but you know what I'm saying. Much love. And yeah, enjoy the show. It's ladies' night. Panel's going to be coming up here, and again, just kicked off with Dan and his family. We checked in with them on occasion while they were in Russia, and they were able to get out of Russia. And we'll keep checking in on them. And it's an absolutely great episode. It's about 35 minutes long. And I just closed it out, or I'd put the link up. But it's SHEEKOZ. SHEEKOZ, the Shikos family. And 64 Impala. LePreux, how are you? And again, thank you, Summer. Thank you to all the mods last night. And if you're one of the mods and all the mods aren't here yet, or they pop in, please extend my thanks if I forget to reiterate that later. ACB, how you doing? Wendy Spears, watching people win or fail. Hello, Mo. Freeway, or hit the MF from Freeway. Hi, Judy Davis. Hi, Sable. And hi, Annie Mater. Hello, Joe. What do you know? Ever been to Kokomo? All right, let's get into this here. And it's ladies' night. We'll get the ladies up in just a few moments, starting out with our breaking news, as we always do. Once again, thanks for clicking on. If you're watching live, if you're watching on demand at a later time, thank you very much. And if you're in the chat, thank you. Here we go. Top stories according to mainstream breaking news CNN. The New York City mayor says Lori Lightfoot's loss in Chicago is a warning sign for the country. The news, AP News, now this is Associated Press, not Anarchy Princess. Russian shelling hits Ukrainian town. Bakhmut battle rages on. Hang on, I didn't want to open that one. Come on. AP downloads so fast. Okay, there. NBC News, no hazardous material on board 28 cars of Norfolk Southern train derailed in Ohio. Yes, this is another train derailment in Ohio. It is the same rail line, Norfolk Southern. However, the shelter-in-place warning has been lifted, and it appears they were not transporting any hazardous chemicals this time when the train crashed. Of course, we'll have more on that. Fox News, China boosts military spending by billions, 7.2% of their gross income, and that's pretty massive. As the U.S. warns of a potential conflict over Taiwan, New York Post, Trump rallies MAGA fans, ignites sleepy CPAC conference with his "I am your warrior" quote. We'll have more on Trump coming up. USA Today, Winter storm live updates, 500,000 people currently without power. That was 1 hour ago. And our friends in California, some places in California got absolutely pummeled. 4 feet of snow on the ground in some places in the north of the United States, Minnesota. I talked with our friend Apollo the other day. Shout out, Apollo. Thank you very much, brother, if you happen to be watching. We'll have Apollo on in a couple of weeks here. Once everything gets out of the way as far as the surgeries and how much I'm going to be off. With all that being said, again, thank you for being here. And I hit the wrong button, as I do on occasion. Some people say, oh, that's the quaint, makes your show quaint. It honks me off. I want to do perfect shows. And I'm not getting it done. But it's a brand new computer and it's incredibly touchy compared to the old one where I had to really kind of pound on keys, especially keys that would get sticky on me. Sad story. Comes out of Texas. And it says breaking news, but this was actually yesterday. We now know the name. But I didn't want to play that part, honestly. This kind of tells the story.
And we begin with breaking news in Ellis County. 3 children found dead and 2 others rushed to a hospital with stab wounds. Sources tell us the suspect is the children's mother and is in custody tonight. Police have been at a home in Italy since 4 this afternoon. That's located off I-35, about 40 miles south of Dallas. WFAA's Matt Howerton joins us live after speaking to relatives and investigators tonight. Matt.
Yeah, Cynthia, I don't know how to say this here, but what happened here on this street in this tiny community behind me is simply unfathomable. A mother, police say, stabbing her own children, 3 of them to death. Police still on scene here tonight telling us that all this happened around 4 p.m. this afternoon. And believe me when I tell you, something like this that happened on this tiny street in this tiny community has sent a titanic shockwave through so many here in Italy, Texas. So far, what we know tonight, it is unknown what sparked the killings, but WFAA sources telling us the mother stabbed her children when a CPS worker who suspected the mom was having unsupervised visitations arrived at a home on the street where the children lived to check on everyone unannounced. The children, we were told, were living with another relative at the time. The kids living here under the supervision of another relative, as we said, police telling us that CPS worker called 911 when she found all of them dead. 3 of the children, all young, 2 more taken to the hospital. Their injuries unknown tonight. Police not saying much else. We don't know the name of the mother or what charges she's facing right now. Our cameras did capture a group praying outside the home moments ago. As we said, everyone here very upset, shocked. A relative who babysat the kids spoke with us tonight, saying she remembers holding the children like it was just yesterday.
So incredibly sad story from the Dallas, Texas area. And it's one of those things. What do you say? What do you say? And I don't know, maybe the ladies that come up onto the panel will have something to say about all of this, by the way. Where are we at? All right. It would be great. I mentioned that, I want to do perfect shows and it never, ever happens. It'd be great to have a producer, a director, an editor, but in actuality, I really do have a lot, all the friends out there watching, they really are like infield producers because I get sent a lot of stories. And speaking of which, this is one of them. This comes from Stephen Burns. And on YouTube. Stefan is a geophysicist, and he's saying what's guaranteed to happen around March 7th, 2023. Energy forecast from a geophysicist. Now, this is really sciencey, which I dig, but a lot of people may get turned off by it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's 35 minutes long. We're just going to touch on it just so you get an idea whether you want to watch the whole thing or not. Basically, multiple forces are going to be aligning on March the 7th, which is 2 days away, plus or minus 3 days. So anywhere from March the 4th through March the 10th. And let's just give this a quick listen.
If you're new here, my name is Stefan, and today we're going to talk about all the different energetic forces that are aligning on March 7th, 2023. Now, the reason we're making this video, and I'm showing you all this, is because in my last video, which blew up way more than I thought it would, I talked about the anomalous magnetic field activity we've been seeing in the Santa Cruz Mountains of California, Northern California, and why this could be a pre-earthquake signal that we're seeing, because this is highly anomalous data. You can see here what it normally looks like. This is the magnetic field in the Schumann resonances. Here's the summer. Here's what we saw. And a lot of you commented saying, well, if there's going to be an earthquake, it's going to be on March 7th. Now, the reason why a lot of people are thinking March 7th is because of some significant astrological events that are happening. Saturn moving into Pisces. There are tons of people talking about this already, and I'm not going to discuss the astrology in this video. I think it's interesting, but I'm going to keep this science-based. But we do have a full moon on the 7th, and this is significant because the full moon passing through the magnetotail has a certain energetic quality to it. We also have the prior anomalous Schumann resonances activity. We're seeing increased solar forcing due to solar cycle 25. We'll have a spring tide, and of course, remember the power of collective belief. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the Schumann resonances, what happened with them over the past few days. We'll be looking at the sun and how it loads the Earth's magnetosphere with energy, and then how the moon passing through that flings energy back towards the Earth, why the sun is doing these changes here, and much, much more. So with that, let's dive right in. There are a bunch of different energetic forces that are culminating on March 7th, plus or minus 3 days, but the general gist seems to be that people are interested in an earthquake, and we're seeing pre-earthquake signals show up in the Schumann resonances. So I want to look at this study very, very quickly.
Okay, if you have an interest in that, again, the geophysicist, and his website is Stefan Burns. It's, as always, it's something to think about. Is it something to be concerned about? Well, watch the thing and decide for yourself. He basically is saying that the San Andreas fault could rupture from, just like the movie San Andreas, basically, only instead of starting at the south and going northward up the fault line, it's going to start north and come southward. Again, that's just his thesis, if you will. Oh, wow. Thank you, Karen. If you're out there watching, you know who you are. Thank you very much for the Cashapp. It is, stop. Come on. Hang on just a second. Here we go. We're going to do a quick thing here from Ron Filipkowski, Twitter legend. He's put this together. Let's see if we can get.
You put America first.
Wait a minute.
This can never be said at a Democrat.
Wait a minute. I haven't watched this yet. Again, this is, like I said, viewers. I say viewers, but you know, you're all friends. You're all part of the Dude crew, whatever you want to call things. I got sent this, recommended this. I haven't seen it yet, but it's supposed to basically sum up the CPAC conference. And I had to come back here because there are more people that watch the DUFUS show than are there at the moment anyway. At that point in time, Kimberly Guilfoyle talking. So
This can never be said at a Democrat gathering. Look at all the beautiful women here.
And I'm
whoa!
About the family separation.
Whoa, whoa! He didn't. Did he? Did he? This may. I was planning on just running this through, going and checking on the dog because she was barking. I may have to like break down every one of these. Here we go.
This can never be said at a Democrat gathering. Look at all the beautiful women here.
And I'm sick and tired of hearing about the family separation. And no, I'm still being sued over that, so come get me. I don't give a shit, right? Bottom line.
Trump is a crime victim. Let's remember that.
I gotta keep my phone away because I know, like, I'm on every FBI list imaginable, so I just gotta keep it away because, like, they're gonna drone me one day. Like,
baby bonuses for a new baby boom. How does that sound? That sounds pretty. I want a baby boom. Oh, you men are so lucky out there. You're so lucky.
Ma'am, if you don't want to be stupid, stop watching Fox.
They need a president who puts America first and not his business dealings with corrupt foreign countries.
Whoa!
Transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely.
I am calling to remove the Democrats from our investigation. They shouldn't be allowed to sit in the depositions and hear the evidence.
Tell Zelensky, you better leave your hands off of our sons and daughters because they're not dying over there.
Media is covering up for Ron DeSantis. He's the Trojan horse. He is the Trojan horse. He's the Trojan horse. Do not believe anything you're reading by the media about Ron DeSantis.
Trump administration, the administration I served, added $8 trillion in new debt.
I hope I didn't get a copyright strike for that. We might have to edit that part out.
I got along very well with Putin.
Wokeness is a virus more dangerous than any pandemic, hands down.
I traveled the country calling out the woke industrial complex in America.
50 different genders and sexualities. You got pronouns. It's too much for kids to handle.
Jim's the GOAT. Jim's the LeBron James of the House Republican Conference.
Are you tired of winning? No, we want Trump back. Let's be honest. But the
Sir, if we have any reporters around, can I shoot them? And of course, I was a good officer. I always listen to my NCOs.
Bathrooms. I'm just say that one word.
Bathrooms.
I'm going to let you just go.
Everybody in Washington said I'm nuts. I might be.
God is great. Beer is good. Insane asylum. That's where anybody see Silence of the Lamb? That's where they come from.
I don't even watch the mainstream media at all anymore. I don't read the papers. I really use this as a big source of my information.
That's awesome. And could you tell me about the t-shirt that you're wearing?
So this says arrest Fauci.
And I want to make sure that you guys know about Gold Code. Don Jr.'s been talking about it. Gold and silver can protect your retirement savings from inflation and dollar devaluation.
allowing a 3-year-old to make decisions when they permanent life-altering decisions when they couldn't buy a pack of cigarettes for another 15 years.
We had a Republican Party that was ruled by freaks, neocons, globalists, open border zealots, and fools.
Okay, Murdoch, here's the way it's going to be, brother. You've disrespected Donald J. Trump long enough. Defund and get rid of, abolish the FBI, CDC, ATF, DOJ, every last one of them.
They can cancel some things. You're not going to cancel God. Not happening.
I don't know. It's sort of weird that Pennsylvania managed to elect a vegetable.
I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution.
That Ronna McDaniel said that she looked forward to working with Mike Lindell, you know. Well, what do you think? If you're working with me, what do you think you're going to work on?
Of misinformation and the deceit that they've been sowing for a long time, it's unraveling right now before our eyes. I do.
But we're going to be holding them accountable and hauling them in, whether they come in willingly or we have to subpoena them, because we have a lot of questions about what's been happening in that jail.
Every one of them perjure themselves?
Yes. So.
And who better to kick off CPAC than the most powerful man in Washington?
War Room merchandise.
So we are finally launching merchandise. You'll be able to buy it tomorrow morning.
We have to be issuing more subpoenas. So far, we've issued tens of subpoenas?
Yeah.
Not enough. Not enough.
The lion that looks to devour, and that lion is looking to devour our children, that our God is bigger.
The hills to die on of the Democrat Party today, it's demonic.
I was persecuted by Twitter. And
Jim Jordan, okay? Head of the House Judiciary Committee, all around American badass.
You guys are from Texas, correct?
All the way from Texas.
President Trump, so important to the populist movement.
Well, listen, I think we touched on it a little bit before because he doesn't need their money.
Criminals, junkies, Marxists, thugs, radicals, and dangerous.
The Biden administration sucks.
We will get rid of bad and ugly buildings and return to the magnificent classical style of Western civilization.
All this woke, transgender athletes, CRT, 1619, we don't teach reading, writing, and arithmetic anymore.
Ancient, no affair story of Stormy Horseface Daniels, no attraction. Elise Stefanik, I call it the rocket ship. Where's Elise?
Because sports have built this country.
I didn't know that they want to lynch you for doing nothing wrong. I didn't know they want to lynch you for doing a great job.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know who you are that said, trust me, just play it and react. Wow. 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 All right. Okay. You were right. You were exactly right. All right. If any ladies want to come up, we're going to open up the panel here and let ladies come up and talk. If you would like to, the link has been dropped. Oh, it hasn't yet. There it is. The next great inmate. Lolo. I tell you what exactly was I expecting? I was expecting a really good content because I knew it was from Ron. That was another reason I blindly did it. I was expecting craziness. I wasn't expecting that level of craziness, honestly. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. Oh my gosh, a Trump wants a baby boom. Ladies, I'm pretty certain somebody might want to comment on that. Massive tax deductions for having babies. The more babies you have, the more money you make. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Either Don Jr. is like just an incredibly energetic guy, you know how some people are that they're always just like full of energy, or something else is involved. Again, just giving you something to think about. So the general consensus is if you are not, whoop, slipped by too fast there, Patton. Let me see if I can get back up to it without screwing things up. So the general consensus is if you are not a socialist or Democrat, then you are stupid. I don't know where that necessarily came from what I just played. Anyway, no, I personally think there are probably some smart I know there are some smart Republicans because they're not involved with a lot of the stuff we've been showing. What I don't know is how I can get back down to the bottom of the chat without screwing things up. That's why I hate going back up. Let's see if I can click here, and it takes me all the way to the top. All right. They count on their supporters never verifying what they say. Oh, I see, Patton, you're talking to somebody else. Just to hear a hug boxes. Hey, by the way, Patton, email me. We're going to do a book exchange. I'm going to send you. I'll send you one of mine, and you send me one of yours. We discussed it the other night. Hello, Wanda Lisa. Hello, Joe. If there aren't any ladies wanting to talk, that's cool too. I understand it's been a kind of a wacky last week or so, and we've got Damnation Drive-In coming up with Sam and Baldy. That starts at 8 o'clock. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. We'll put a link. I'll throw a link up to the to their page when it comes up later. It's always fun. Now you got to be able to, you got to have an open mind. You got to be able to possibly laugh at yourself at times. And you got to find the right parking spot. It depends where you position. Not everybody gets the same things from the refreshment stand. But that it is such a great show. No pressure. In case you're watching Sam Singer, Baldy Banks, no pressure. But you guys do. You put on a great show every time. What is a lady? New Supreme Court Justice can't tell, ? 100 in here, surely one of them will. I don't know. Sometimes, people just like to stay in the chat and chat back and forth with each other in the chat, and I'm always cool with that too. I was hoping, because I've got to go to surgery. I got to go get surgery tomorrow, and I've got to. I need to get a big bag of dog food ahead of time so that because I'm not going to be able to lift anything significant for a number of days, if not a couple of weeks. And I was hoping to have a robust panel and I could sneak out and run to Kroger or the Wally World and pick up a big bag of dog food and still get back in time to watch DD. But it's cool. Didn't think last night was crazy at all. Thank you, Al Munson. Thank you, Tammy. It will. It's going to go well. It's going to go well. Everything's going to be fine. It's just one of those things where they don't know how extensive it's going to be until they start it. That's kind of the way it is with the big C. And I'm not talking about the VOID. I'm talking about the other C. They just, that's the main thing that's getting at me, is not knowing how extensive it's going to be going in. They're talking possibly skin grafts to have to put things back together, stuff like that. And the more extensive it is, the longer I'll be off. And my hope is that I surprise everybody and pop on here tomorrow night. don't count on it. I've been told by medical people that watch the show, you're going to be off for maybe a week. I don't think so. I think I'll be back Tuesday night. And if I am back Tuesday, our friend Troy is going to join us, or at least that's what's scheduled at the moment. And Troy's going to talk to us about being prepared. And as far as, storing water, what's safe, what's stupid, talk to us about a lot of things. And I look forward to that. Thank you, Smoke Wagon. I do appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Patton. Yeah, seriously, thanks, everybody. Is Gap Tooth Girl in here? Wow. Thank you all for watching. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Annie. Thanks, Shelly G. I appreciate that. Any ladies want to come up? If not, like I said, that's cool. I'll talk about, you don't have to, Sable, really, because I can always talk about, last night, what happened last night. So, hit the like button in case you haven't. What's up, Pat Tolliver? Good to see you, man. Supreme Post-Apocalyptic Warlord. That's a killer name. Hey, let me do this and welcome Sable. Hi, Sable.
Hi, DUFUS.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good, honestly. I'm getting a little bit about tomorrow, but I'm all right.
I'm wishing you well and prayers for tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bunny wants to know what happened last night. Last night, Bunny, Telescope decided a few weeks back, or a couple of months back, actually, to do a 24-hour mock grift, a griftathon to mark the 1-year anniversary of the People's Convoy, which kind of spiraled into the 1776 RM in opposition. So he started at midnight on Friday and went till, 3 or 4 in the morning. Summer came on, and then Telescope came back on, and then G. Abbott's Basement came on. Then I came on from 9 to midnight. And we just had fun. Let's just put it that way. If you happen to be watching and you live in Belarus, you can't see the show yet. It's blocked in Belarus. I got blocked in Belarus last night because of the video I showed from Carl that had a positive Ukraine message in it, and I'm cool with that. So sorry about your luck, Belarus. No, I'm good. People don't have to come. You don't have to do that, Sable, because I'll just run up and miss the first part of D&D. It's no big deal.
Okay, I thought I'd try.
I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Nothing happened last night. Just another night. I didn't see anything unusual. Al, thank you. I'm glad it came off that way. Basically, last night I said that the 1776 movement was officially over and done with, in case anybody still had doubts. I got a little bit of pushback from that, which was to be expected. And I think the more dependent upon the grift, the more vocal you're going to see to prove that it's not done, it's not over, despite everybody else thinking it's over. So other than that, that was probably the main contention from last night. I think, honestly, I think between the clips that G. Abbott played, that Telescope played some clips Friday, early Saturday morning from midnight on. I think the clips that they played and the clips that I played, I think we covered just about every personality, character, whatever term you want to use. I guess character probably is fitting because it's, breakout characters and unlocking characters and things like that. So, if we missed somebody, it was not intentional. And if we did, let us know, please. The old clips were great from everyone. Thank you, Al. I thought so too. And, there's nothing wrong with looking back at everything that happened. That's the way you learn. You learn by looking back. So, Sable, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm surviving. I was going to say that I was going to get off panel so you could do your talking.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
But good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And I'll go back to chat.
All righty. Thank you for popping up here. I do appreciate it sincerely. I appreciate the effort.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. I would say don't play well with others. What did you? Okay. I don't think that's directed at me. Oh, no. Sorry. And skinny jeans are okay to wear. I saw that. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. Macaulay. Skinny jeans are okay to wear. Just have to style them right. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know if you can see or not. Probably can't. Are these considered? I don't know. Are these considered skinny jeans? Shoot, I can't. Probably are. These probably are. These are probably the closest thing I've got to skinny jeans. No, not you, DUFUS. Okay. All right. Thanks, Gay Woods. Okay, Sable's going to sit. Sable, you want to pop back up here, or you? Okay. All right. Only referring to the hetero men that rock skinny jeans. Yeah, smoke wagon. That's a long running thing with Smoke Wagon and myself. Kidding me about wearing. You're okay. You're okay, Sable. Kidding about wearing skinny jeans. Christine M likes men in skinny jeans, and she's got 2 PBR glasses for sale. And this is for real. She really does have them for sale, or at least as far as I know, it's for real. Let's see, what can we talk about? I honestly thought there would be some ladies that would want to talk about Trump's idea of, and maybe it's a good idea. I don't know. When we talk about not having enough stuff to go around, and then talk about a baby boom, I just don't know if it necessarily jives. Don't get me wrong. I love babies. I got grandkids and stuff. So, someone better be nice to me before I start eating horse meat. Oh, I think that's directed at somebody else. Christine says, yes, it is for real. Christine, what would you take for them? What is your offer? Do you have like a, what's it called when you go to an auction with an act, not like an estate auction, like a car auction. Reserve. Do you have a reserve? Do you have a lowest bid? I'm talking about skinny jeans so tight you can read the date on the quarter in their back pocket. I think someone offered me 2 fire sticks, but they need batteries. Okay. Are you bartering for them? Because I'll offer a book. I'll send you one of my books if you send me the 2, the book, autographed books valued at $25. If you send me, if you decide that's the highest bid, and you send me the 2 PBR glasses, and I'll put them up on the mantle behind me in honor of Telescope. I don't know. Maybe fire sticks are worth more. I don't know. I don't deal with those. Batteries, though, I know they're expensive. The amount of children dying from fentanyl is alarming and depleting in our population, declining quickly, especially. That's a good point, too. Liberty Bell. Sincerely, a baby boom might be necessary. I will send you the glasses if you send the book. Okay. Now, does anybody else want the glasses more? Is anybody else willing to steal those glasses from me? And $5 increments are welcome, by the way. We'll keep this auction open until the end. Lisa Hurley. Who would want to bring children in the world we live in? Dee, that's a fair question, too. That's a question that is fair to debate and fair to okay, Christine M. Are you good with that, or would you like to see if somebody else wants to offer more, legitimate offers? Only if Pam is handling the financial end of things. Prime example of the creativity that people have involved in all of this, involved in this community. Jersey J has a problem with Ancestry and subsequently Wells Fargo. And within moments, there are parody videos. There's the now famous Pam from customer service from Wells Fargo. All of the vileness, all the nastiness, all of the hate. Yeah, it was all there. It really was. It was there and then some. But the humor and thus, for me anyway, the entertainment that was generated, and that some of the most impactful ways of making a statement is by using humor. And I'm not going to list them all. We listed a whole bunch of them last night, and we left some out just because you can't show everything, and just tried to hit the some of the best of the best. We did, of course, we did Carl Mageddon, which absolute epic video. And then I think Carl came out with another one I think it was about JJ, about them driving. And so, everything, everything these creative people do. G. Abbott, of course, Sam Singe and Baldy Banks, who I said they're going to be coming up here in a little over an hour. And we're kind of the warm up for them tonight. We're kind of the opening act for them tonight. All these people, meanwhile, not sure. I'm not sure who a lot of these, people were. Mumbling Melons, of course, reenactment with dolls. Geez, and that idea, I thought, and I still think that idea was absolutely brilliant, to use these cute little dolls and at times have them representing different things. I'll just put it that way. And the creativity. Who did I forget? Jerry Garcia, who did the Weed Tifa after the time on the mall. I mean, golly, if you haven't seen it and you don't live in Belarus, Russia, North Korea, or China, go back and at least watch the first hour of it, and go watch G. Abbott's live from yesterday. A lot of lore in there. I mean, G. Abbott's, while recognized for her satire and her razor sharp wit, in her episode yesterday, she showed clips that had a whole lot of lore in it, a lot of the backstories, a lot of things that I had not seen before. And then, of course, Telescope did a mock auction yesterday. That was probably the highlight of the entire 24-hour griftathon and marathon, to say happy birthday, 1-year anniversary. Sorry about your loss, to all of those that were involved. On both sides, it was a day for everybody. And again, if you haven't seen Telescope's auction, he auctioned off, and he comes on at the end. He comes on at the very end of the night. Comes on my stream at the very end of the night with the broccoli and the toilet paper, and why, I'm going to say something here about Telescope. Anybody who watches Telescope knows that he's an incredibly educated young man, got multiple degrees, got multiple interests. In order to effectively troll, he took it down to the level of broccoli and a roll of toilet paper. And that in itself is genius, in my opinion. That, he could have, and at times does, let's be honest, talk over everybody's head, because he's a smart dude. He's got a bunch of education. And, there are times I've got to go, wait, what are you saying there? Because, but he is also smart enough to know talking over everybody's head is not going to get you heard. Coming down to the level of broccoli and a roll of toilet paper, everybody started listening. Just saying. Kudos to Telly for what he did. What does Telescope do for a living? I think he's still working on. I think he's working on his doctorate, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's still taking classes. Telescope has a good heart with humor and a great philosophical view. I don't think normally when Telescope and I have a telephone conversation, and I'm not trying to dox or anything, just a little behind the scenes stuff here. Normally, one of the two of us are already laughing before the other one gets on the line. So yes, a sense of humor. I love my broccoli. Can't afford inflation. Whose fault? Spawn is just mad that his videos don't compare to Telly's. I'm not sure who Spawn is. Does Spawn do, what kind of videos does Spawn do? Spawn is the best, I'm guessing, is what Gap Tooth Girl saying. Asking a question is mad? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, chat, you keep doing you all, you know. And I appreciate it. I've said it on here a lot. A big part of having a sustainable channel is having a chat that people want to come to and chat with friends and sometimes have discourse with those that don't always agree. And I think that's a good thing. I think we need more places where people can civilly talk about differences they might have. And too many places, do it civilly, do it like adults. And I understand the troll game, and I appreciate the trolls, even those that even those that don't like me. My gosh, Sissy, Sissy knows. Sissy's been there for a long time, and we had some trolls that were just diligent. 40. I think one guy went through like 40 different alts, and it was obvious it was the same dude, but yeah, it was crazy. You just got to keep going. Eventually, somebody's going to get tired. One of the two of you, and I've been doing this for a while. So, all right. The title tonight was polls, and ladies only panel. And technically, we have had a ladies only panel. Sable hopped up here for a few moments, and I thank you for that, Sable. So, POLES, poles, as in magnetic poles. That was referring to the science-y episode we talked about. And basically what he's talking about is a lot of things coming together at once. The Earth's magnetic field is weakening. We've got a coronal hole going to be smack dab facing Earth on March 7th. We got a full moon coming through the back of charged particle dust, space dust. And all these together are going to basically give a larger chance for earthquakes and volcanoes. So my thing's always, I always say, if you live in one of those areas, but if you already live in one of those areas, you're almost always aware of the possibility for a significant earthquake. I imagine almost everybody in those areas has some sort of emergency preparation, even if it's going to somebody that's already prepared, But my thing is with all of this, with the polls moving. Oh, by the way, I should put that up here real quick while I'm thinking about it, just in case, because I was saving this, but just in case I'm off for a few days. we've been talking about the pole shifts, both the why is this not working? Here we go. We've been talking about the pole shifts, both the North Pole and the South Pole, and we've referenced Gene and Mavstar Observatory many times. Not going to play the video. The video is him. A lot of the video is him complaining about the various governments, the Canadian government, the American government, and the UK specifically. And then he finally gets to it at the end that, oh, by the way, okay, this is February 02, February the 3rd. Europe does their dates different than America. It is day, month, and year in Europe. So it's the 3rd day of February 2023. Here, let me see if I can get this. No, I can't. That's as big as I can do it. Okay. The green, where the green pinpoint is, the 3rd day of February 2023. Then it moved from the green to the yellow from 2/2023 to 2/17/2023. Okay. Where it's flicking now is where it was on the 3rd day of March 2023. You can see how far it has traveled. The whole thing about Gene is his predictions is based upon magnetics, that it will get to a certain point, the 40-degree mark, and then it will rapidly flip. The pole is now migrating. It moved more in this 15 days that's shown. It has moved more in that 15 days than in any other month previously. So it's basically moving twice as fast as it has been. The current location, longitude and latitude, you'll be able to go to the site and check more on this if you so desire. I kind of recommend you do. Let me get it. If I can get it back up here to the top. What happened? Why is it? Okay, let's see. Well, it is here. I'll just do this. Doing live. Oh, stop. I don't want to print anything. Jeez. Just trying to paste a link in here. I hope that went through. Yeah, there's the link to Gene's page if you want to go and look at the information. But basically, it is the poles are moving. March the 7th coming up. This geophysicist, and because of positions of planets. Now, he said, he wanted to stay away from the astronomy part of it, or astrology part of it. The astrology part of it is one. The astronomy part of planets lining up is a totally different thing. So all this stuff happening, plus the moon, full moon, so it's going to have its most impact on Earth coming through that dust trail and potentially slamming that dust back towards Earth, which could potentially impact the electric fields that regulate our planet. Is it going to happen? No, probably not. But the science is also intriguing. So check out Gene, check out Stefan, his presentation, and what I was saying, people that live in those areas are probably prepared for things like that. What if you don't? What if you're in an area that never has earthquakes, and all of a sudden you have an earthquake? That's always my thing. It's easy to say, okay, this could happen along these faults. Could they happen in other places? Again, we refer back to the Edgar Casey video from a couple of nights back, and the map that he envisioned after the poles moved. So all this stuff, it's just something to think about, not anything to dwell on, because we don't have a clue what's coming. All we can do is be as prepared as possible, physically, mentally, spiritually, if you're so inclined, and be prepared connection-wise, I would say. Decide who you're going to connect with if worse comes to worse. And I'm not saying tribalism necessarily, or I don't know, maybe that's the absolute definition of it. Anyway, okay, so we'll probably cut this off just a little bit short tonight instead of taking it right up to 8. And my hope, somebody asked me, why aren't you preaching anymore? And why did you retire early from it? That's a whole different story. But I was just reminded that one of the problems was always that my foundation was that people that want a connection with God or Jesus should be connected to God or Jesus, and there shouldn't be a need for people and churches to get in the way. That's not a real popular philosophy if you're in an organized church that depends on money to survive. So anyway, I was always kind of like that. The character, if you ever saw Poseidon Adventure, movie Poseidon Adventure, it's about this cruise ship that turns over. There's a character in there that was a priest that got deflocked, I think. And I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember where I was exactly going with that. But the idea that I don't remember where I was going with that. But that's part of the reason that I don't think I think people need to have individual connections, and that the actual teachings that many subscribe to have been bastardized and diluted and just flat out changed, and we that think we have knowledge may not have the knowledge we think we have. Okay. Just something to think about. And that being said, The reason I started doing ladies only panels was simply because every panel I saw would have either no ladies or one. Now, there are many strong women that have their own channels that are starting to do panels, and there are going to be more places where women are going to be able to have their voices. That's the whole point of doing this, so that it would not be necessary anymore. It didn't take as long as I thought. It only took 3 weeks to where now it's not a big deal to have a ladies only panel. There are places ladies can get their voice, and I think that's awesome. That was the whole point of it. I got tired of ladies getting talked over and or ignored or called names, and wanted to give them a place to talk. So there will be plenty of places for women to talk. That's another great thing that is coming out of all this that we've been a part of for this past year, in my opinion. Okay. So let's put this up as we've talked about the polls, POLES, and we've talked about the ladies' night panel. Now we are going to talk about the polls, POLLS. These are going to be the final results of the polls that, and there were comments. You can go back and read. This is on my community page, obviously. Who is the most responsible for the failure and end of the 1776 restoration movement? Now, I mentioned a telescope last night on the live that this has been a great case study on many different levels. Anytime you do things like, it's good to have data, and that's what these polls are. These polls are data. This is the opinion of the public. 70% said that 1776 were responsible for their own demise. Without having looked at the comments or anything else, I'm going to say it has to do with pedophilia. Second poll question: those protesting 1776 were, and it was a fill in the blank, they were the real patriots, they were ineffective, they were only in it for the money, or they were Antifa. A tie between ineffective and Antifa at 7%. So we can say that 14% of the viewers had a very negative impact of those protesting 1776. Very negative impact, 14%. Then we add the 34% that thought it was in it only for the money. And it balances out with 53% that say they were the real patriots, which is the most popular answer. It is something worth debatable, or something that is debatable. 1776 restoration movement was a blank. Fill it in with successful patriot movement. 25 people thought it was successful. Almost half thought it was nothing more than a massive grift. 12% thought it was doomed from the start. 9% were like me and thought it was the best entertainment of 2022. And then 4% with none of the above. And we do have one more. From the past year, the People's Convoy 1776 RM opposition, Chud, not a Chud, drama. Who has had the biggest character reversal? And it appears the opinion of the public is that Brett Broccoli did not have much of a character reversal. He had instead of an arcing character, he had a flat line. 59 or 58% said Defender of Ants had the biggest reversal. 8% said it was Jeff Ellis. 28% said it was Red Squirrel, and 5% said other. So, there we go. Our polls, P-O-L-L-S, our polls, P-O-L-E-S, and our ladies only panel. I'm sick of going to the bar and not having a lady come up to me. Mike, this isn't playing shortstop in a baseball game. You don't sit and let the ball come to you. You go to the ball. It's a sports analogy. All right. I don't know, maybe it's, and that would be a good topic, actually. Is it, and Mike, at the same time, I understand not approaching because we live in different times. That would be a good topic of discussion. Is it, ladies, do you want to be approached by someone, or in this period of wokeness, should guys be like Mike and sit at the bar and wait for you to decide that you would like to talk to them? Interesting, potentially. Mike needs to improve his wink. There's Troy. We were talking about Troy earlier. I never had guys come up to me in a bar. Just one of those things. Prettier people than me. I was at a bar Friday night, and not one man approached me. 2 years in the gym will fix that. Max Flower. Max Flower has been an incredibly consistent character through all of this. The polls are smoking. Don't forget to check the runner on base with the sports analogy. Yes. Oh, protests popping off in Atlanta again. All right. We'll take a look at that. Why should men have to do all the work? That's a question for discussion. I don't like being hit on. It's annoying. I'll remember that, Macaulay. I appreciate you. I appreciate the response too. Seriously. Do you want her to offer her to buy you a drink? I would say if I was at a bar and a woman came up and said she wanted to buy me a drink, I would, of course, probably accept the drink, and I would take that as a indication that she had some interest. Captain Hook. I had a joke, and I never used it. I wrote a joke that I spent a lot of time studying, and I did some charts and a couple of spreadsheets, and I kind of broke it all down. And for Jeff to have done everything that people have told me he claims to have done, allegedly, everything's alleged, he'd have to be 383 years old. So, I haven't heard him say all this stuff. But when it all gets compiled, like it has over the past 24 hours in the chats, when people start listing, oh, Jeff said this, Jeff said this, Jeff said this, it does become, that's why, I guess that's why I didn't do the joke, because it's like, whoa. Had a drink bought for me, but the bartender didn't know who it was, and I drank it. Oh. I'm a communist and Proud Boy. That's a juxtaposition. Jeff has a good heart. Hope it don't change. There were times that yeah, there were times that yeah, I had fun and laughed. And then there were times that just got really, really nasty. I never approached a man; they approached me. Okay, Glenda. I kind of always thought that was the way it was. Well, if she walked up and offered some pole smokage, jeez. Yeah, I think she might be interested. I tried to get to Christine. She wants me to pick up her grandkids on the way. In the beginning, Jeff created the heavens, and I was doing George DeSantos, the whacked out congressman. I was doing the takes on that he instructed Noah how to build the ark. Never really heard any cringe. Hold on a second. Again, this thing goes too fast. There's more subtle ways to ascertain interest than buying someone a drink. Some people can't read nonverbal cues. I would agree with that. Wait a minute. I didn't want that to pop up there. I don't have anything wrong with it. I'm just trying to get back down to the bottom of this thing. Here we go. I was stalked by a woman. I married her. Troy. My best line ever at a party was, I want to party with you. At least that is what the lady said. We ended up getting married. Good for you, Max. Sandy Foster, lucky woman, Troy. Yeah, Troy's going to be on Tuesday night again. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Hold on. My apology. Again, thanks to the mods. You ladies were awesome last night. All I heard was that a lot of people got timed out. Nobody got banned, so I'm good with all that. Foreplay for a redneck, get in the truck. A joke I used to use was, when I did a little bit of comedy stuff, that I came from a redneck background, and final words of a redneck are always, hey, watch this, right before they blow themselves up or, some other. Troy not going to take us gator hunting? That would be interesting. I'd like to see a live on that. Troy finally got her to prison for stalking. Hold my beer. That's another one. Yes, that's another one. What were his dying words? Hold my beer. Nothing ever good happens after midnight. That's a quote that Telescope added. Telescope, of course, he's been doing the after midnight stuff. And there's been some good stuff coming up, as we talked about earlier. Oh, man, that sounds good, Christine. A couple of days at a resort with a tiki bar and yeah. Let me, how long have you been married, Glenda? Since I read the book, The Tender Bar, whoa, wait, what happened there? Since I read the book, The Tender Bar, I drink silk panties shots. What's in that shot, Jim? So a shot called silk panties. Liberty Bell says, I like the old school way. Bars are a horrible place to meet people anyway. Probably right. I don't know. That would be an interesting topic of discussion. Actually, I'm going to write that down. We'll debate that one night. What is a better place to meet people? Bars or online? Is it better to actually meet somebody in person for the very first time, such as a encounter that you have in a bar, or is it better to meet potential partners, let's say, online? That'd be an interesting discussion. One fellow said to me in a bar that I doggy myself up. If someone can see past how I look, I can bloom for them when I let my long ponytail out, etc. Safety issue for me, past experience. Okay. Yeah, the internet safety can't be talked about enough. Is this going to work? No. Think Telly misses Jeff a little? They played off of each other well. I don't think anyone misses Jeff. Hal Munson. Vodka and peach schnapps shaken. Have to try that. Call it a silk panty. J. Paul. Tell them they're the hottest thing since sliced bread, like mine buttered and slippery. If you're in the Santa Barbara area, Prince Harry and his wife hang out at Summerland Beach. Doxing the royalty. I agree with Al. A bar is not a good place to meet a wife. Just a night move. You have moderation problems, American Doofus. Not so double-sided. Okay. Women have 206. Oh, shoot. I just lost it. I just lost Troy's there. Women have 206 bones in their body. Jesus. I like what Ray Weil Hubbard line. I'm going to drink till I see double and take one of you home. All right, let me get back down to the bottom here. I very rarely do this. Those of you that are longtime watchers of the show know that. Very, very rarely do I just not have content going and just rap with the chat. It's because I see so many other people that are so good at it, and it can be intimidating. Stay off of Plenty of Fish. They lie. Okay, I don't know anything about Plenty of Fish. That'll be another topic. Let me write that down. Meeting people at bars or online, or what's the best website to meet people if you're into that? My friend who owned his own house at age 27 used to hold large parties, invite 2 females for every guy. Thanks, Bobby. Met my wife there. Yeah. I was always working and playing music at the parties, so I didn't ever get to have any fun like everybody else. All right, a couple more minutes of this just because it's fun. Why is it when women fight, they go for the hair? Cool dudes don't go to bookstores, Susan. My sister-in-law met someone via an online dating service, and he has become a Frankenstein nightmare. Yeah. I can see that happening, especially if it's especially if it's like there's a major distance, so that there's not a lot of actual personal interaction. I think you need that. I think you need not that distance precludes personal interactions, but it can. You don't go to the grocery store, Christina? Parties are a good venue. Yeah. Al, what do they do when they hear you talk? Classes? That's interesting. Order online and delivery. I've been getting a lot of things, Ukrainian women wanting to come to America. Don't get 2-for-1 drinks. That's ladies nights and those kind of things, happy hours, those are illegal in Indiana now. Have to say a college course can go a long way. Okay. Senior center. I want one rich with limited time. Oh, and with that, I'm going to close things out here and still have 20 minutes to run up to pick up some dog food and get back before 8 o'clock when Sam Singe and Baldy Banks they start Damnation Driveway Damnation Drive-In, and there's the link for that. That link will take you right to Damnation Drive-In, and they will be on at 8 o'clock. Well worth the watch. Thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And again, hit the subscribe button if you would. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I'm back on. Go ahead and hit that like button. It helps. If you like what we do, and again, thank you to Karen Cashapp earlier. If you like what we do, $ American Dufus, all one word, AMERICAN DUFUS. Okay, that's the good doofus. The bad doofus spelling is DOOFUS. That means incredibly stupid. The good spelling for doofus is DUFUS. So AMERICAN DUFUS at gmail.com will get you an email to me, and that's the best way to make sure you know that that I'm aware of whatever it is you're trying to communicate. Gmail, American Doofus, all one word. Best way to reach out to me. Again, if you'd like to help support the show, $ American Doofus is our Cash App. And love to you, Duck Duck. Could be Goose. Thank you. Telly, are you going to go on live after? Are you going to be on live tonight after Sam and Baldy? Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Annie. Thank you. Thank you for the thoughts. Thank you, Mike, Lisa. Thank you, Sandy. I will. Thank you, Dory. Thank you, everybody. Golly, it's overwhelming and it's humbling and it's appreciated. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Most likely. Okay. We're going to try to see if we can't work things out so that we're all kind of helping each other, promoting each other's channels, not going head up against each other, try to go one after each other so that people have a place to go, especially if there's, especially if you got a decent chat going, a place people can go and continue. So look forward to Damnation Drive-In starting at 8 p.m., then probably Telescope coming on right after that, and always fun after midnight. After midnight, you get to let it all hang down, and that's over Telescope's channel. Thank you, Liberty Bell. So, Christine, send me an email, and I will send you one of my books in exchange for those 2 PBR glasses, and I will make Telescope eternally jealous by displaying them up on my mantle. Is that meant to me, Lisa Hurley? You bottled some up for me? I've never heard you call me cowboy before. So I'm guessing it's not. Yeah, I did. I just dropped Damnation's link. Let me drop it one more time here before we get off. Right there it is. Fluffy long hair and nowhere to go. Oh, well, no biggie. Yeah, that's kind of me. All right. Thank you all. Love you all. I'll see you in the parking lot, Damnation Drive-In. If you're a single lady and you're in the car by yourself, flick the lights or something. I'll come over and park by you in the driveway of the drive-in. Is that what? No, it's the parking lot, isn't it? Drive-ins are parking lots, I guess. All right. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for watching, for allowing us to have some fun on here and try to do some serious stuff, some humorous stuff. And it's a blessing. And I'm very grateful internally and eternally as well. So I will be back. I'll be in Damnation Drive-In as soon as I get back from picking up the dog food. I'll be back on the American Doofus channel, Doofus After Dark, one day this coming week. Again, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell if you so desire, and I hope you will, so you know when we're back. And until then, namaste, shalom, salam, assalamu alaikum. Blessings be upon you from the Most High in the name of His Son, Christ Jesus, with the power of the Holy Spirit. Positive vibrations. Much love. Peace. It's a dark world. Be a light.